and the establishment of a new Katavi region. So now you can see Moravini Church in Tanzania, Rukwa province is covering 2 regions, Rukwa regions and Katavi regions. Rukwa region is located between latitude 70 to 90 south of the equator and along to the 30 to 320 east of Greenwich. This region is bordered by the regions of Katavi in the north and Songwe in the southeast. In addition, the regional borders the countries of Zambia in the south and the Democratic Republic of the Congo in the west. The highest point in the Rukwa region is Malonje in the Ufipa Highlands, which is 2,461 meters above sea level. And the Lord established a mission province. Therefore, the mission province began on 25 of January in 1976. The establishment of the mission province was based on the work of evangelists and the mission carried out by BDM. The work of the BDM on the part of Rukwa started in 1973. Evangelism and mission work continued well under the leadership of the chairperson, Jonas Dr. Kasito, assisted by provincial board members of that time and a missionary from BDM and the DLM. When the mission province started there were 3,000 members, Christian members, 40 congregations, and 60 parishes. After 10 years of successful work, this is...
I really appreciate the welcome. We do feel like we are at home. It's been a very amazing trip so far, and we are very, very happy for this experience. We really appreciate the very short basically summary that you have presented for us. It teaches us a lot about your comments and the work that you have done. Thank you again. Thank you as well for our certificates that will show that you are here on this day. Thank you.
So we're now leaving our hostel on our trip to another mission area. And as you see, it's the Kanisa Moravian Tanzania Moravian Church, and then you have meeting rooms, conference centers, a cafeteria, restaurant, etc., which was really nice. So it says Moravian Tanzania, Moravian Conference Center, hostel. So we are in our first Moravian church in Sumbawanga. This one is quite large, I think, compared to the others that we visited. And you can see like the architecture is different as well. This is the only one that we visited that has stained glass, and the lamb is in the stained glass area. So the outside is brick, which you'll see. And I'm not sure what this lace represents, but yeah. And then they have this very large chair. Very opulent. It's very opulent.
Amen. Short history of Moravian Theological College, Sumbawanga. Introduction. Our guest is a brethren, greeting in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Our Lamb has conquered, let us follow him. First of all, I give thanks our Almighty God to granting us life and this opportunity. It is by His grace only, not our power. I now warmly welcome you, our sisters and brethren and the brothers at the Mlimani Theological College. Please feel at home throughout the period of your visit here and Sumbawanga or Rukwa in general.
Yes,
This is the library. Welcome to Kapili. So it's been quite a long bus ride, which is quite fine really. And so we're here. So it's actually a seaside village, which is really cool. So I just saw somebody with like just some fish on a like a metal wire sort of thing. So we're just waiting to sort out our luggage before heading up to the accommodation. And you can see that, you know, everybody's made themselves quite at home. We've made it up the small incline. Very short, but very powerful. It's the incline. And we're now at the mission station, which where we will be staying. It's really lovely. The view, the hills.
But the challenge we see here with our work here is not necessarily church theology. People come from a background with witchcraft, where very poor healthcare system, many corrupt doctors or people who don't give them the service they deserve at a hospital or either give a very high price. And therefore people feel forced to go back to the witch doctor and the old ways. So we have a lot of work with demons and casting out demons and trying to teach people that Jesus is the healer. And just because you don't get healed right now doesn't mean that God don't love you. So many of the things we are fighting with on our work here is people serving two masters, the old faith and the new faith. And what I would like to, and the second thing is, yesterday many people said, I believe that we are one. Because in the Moravian we have the essential and then the non-essential. Tanzania, especially this part here, has the most church dominations in the world. I've never heard anything this crazy. Mm-hmm. In Kipili alone, we have 2,500 people. We have 8 different churches. Oh. Why? Because nobody can agree. Mm-hmm. And the churches is about money. It's not about the right faith or other things. And if I get kicked out of this church for having a bad behavior, for stealing from the box or other things, I just go and start another church. Mm. So we are struggling with having faithful people in the leadership also. Faithful people to lead people to God. So at this station, I would like people to, or someone to pray for This is showing that He is the healer, He is the power, He's the only God. And for our church leadership along the lake, Tanganyika and our side. Anyone volunteer? Up here at that time the video wasn't so big. All the rest here has the government added by themselves later. The government pays the teachers and everything. It is a government school. But it's not run by Moravians. We have nothing to do with it.
Not even in terms of like for example in Jamaica, even though the Moravians don't own some of the schools, but we have what is called like trust. So you sit on their boards, you still have a say in how the school is run and all of that, but you don't necessarily own it. This is not like that here?
No, so some of the former missionaries did this, both on the primary and the secondary school.
Oh, okay.
But it got phased out.
This is the end of the land of the Moravian Church. This used to be the house of the healthcare project. There used to be a healthcare project where they taught people to build toilets, to wash their hands with soap, to not drink lake water, but then now it's closed. So from here until where you've been staying, all the rooms are now used for seminars. We invite church leaders from along the lake, from the 26 churches from along the lake. The church leaders would come and stay for a week with us, where we would teach them, and then they would go back to their villages to teach others what they have learned here. So we have one coming up next week. And we do believe this is the way that the mission will be working.
Drinking dirty water and all our things that can be prevented with the right knowledge.
Good. So we're at the lakeside. We've been given a tour. We're meant to go on an expedition later, so there will be more pictures later. Oh, so there is a Moravian boat, which is what we're gonna go out on later, which is to our left. So these are the boats that are owned by the Moravian Church, as I would have mentioned. So I hope that you're doing well. Obviously, it's nighttime where I am. And so I've been grouping videos as you would have realized. And so the aim of this, as would be sort of mentioned at some other point in some other video, is to kind of just group things according to events because we don't have access often enough for me to do daily updates, and so things are just going to be grouped according to like things and as the days go by. Anyway, the trip has been going really well. It's been such a great opportunity, and I consider it to be a blessing really to be part of this Unity Heritage Tour in Tanzania. I think that it really brings out the importance of youth gatherings, of wholesome Christian activities, and also the importance of having persons who are like-minded gathering together, having that spiritual maturity that is essential for us to move forward, especially in the lives of youth, and obviously not just in the lives of youth, but just persons in general. But in this instance, youth, as it is a youth tour. But anyway, what I've decided to do is to keep my comments brief, and to kind of just give a summary at the end of the videos. So it's roughly a 16-day trip, the tour itself. And of course, there would be total maybe about 4 days traveling, 4 or 5 days traveling in total. So I will give you a little summary of my experience at the end. Nevertheless, I continue to thank you for your prayers, your well wishes, as we continue our journey through Tanzania.